Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the final daily wrap for 2019 at Jumping at Willinga. Great to be joined here this evening with David Cameron.
Great to be here, mate. What an awesome day of show jumping.
I don't think I have ever seen such an amazing day of show jumping as what we saw here today. Maybe I'm biased because it's my show, but just jump off after jump off. They got quicker, they got faster, it got better and better.
And unbelievable, Timmy. I think we could always say that overseas in Europe, America, maybe in the big classes, we don't have those sort of jump offs, but I think today we did. Like in the Mini Prix and the Grand Prix, there was some seriously slick rounds and really cool for the sport.
We kicked off this morning, Sally Simmons. She is a class above the juniors. She is that little bit older. This is her final year in junior competition. She turns 18 later in the year. But this horse, Oaks Chifley, it's pretty much unbeatable at this height.
Oh, I agree, Timmy. Can we say anything more? Because we've spoken about Sally every day because she wins a class every day. And she won again today, and she won very convincingly. It was quite a tough track, this junior championship, and the jump off went up a couple of holes, and you know she showed her class.
To 130, 35, pushing almost to metre 40, although we can't say that because we might get ourselves in trouble, but it was very close to a 140 in that final round. Great to see all the kids doing so well. 6 double clean rounds to take out the placing, so very hotly contested. But Sally came out early on. This horse is just quick and turn. It wastes no time in the air.
Yeah, that's right, Timmy. It's good to see these kids riding fast but really smart rounds. It was, yeah, really cool.
Well, earlier this year I gave you a call to talk about the program, and you said, Tim, I've got an idea. What did you tell me?
I said, Timmy, I think we need to have a children's class, all right? And actually, I can't take the credit. It was Sophie Magny's idea. But it was a really good concept, and it's worked fantastic at this show.
Well, it certainly has. So earlier in the show, I caught up with some of the next generation of legends of the sport of show jumping. Well, here at Willinga Park, for the first time ever, we've got the children's competition, 14 years and under, and let me tell you, this is where the action is. Emily Lang McMahon, welcome to Willinga firstly. Is it good to be here?
Yes, it's very exciting.
Competing against your sister, Elkie, how's it feel? How are you going to beat her today?
I have a good feeling.
You have a good feeling. Well, best of luck. We'll be watching, and let's hope you can win that blue ribbon.
Thank you.
Well, we spoke to Emily Lang McMahon, her arch nemesis and best buddy as well, twin sister Elkie Lang McMahon. Welcome to Willinga.
Thank you.
You made the big trip down. How many hours in the truck did it take to get here?
16.
16 hours of driving. Did you watch a lot of Netflix?
No, we basically just sat there and played old games.
Well, it's about competition now. You're up against your sister among 26 others. How are you going to go today?
Well, I think I'm going to go good. I'm going to try hard and try to get over the jumps.
Well, best of luck. You do your best. Let's hope we see you with a blue ribbon straight after the class.
Thank you.
Well, here at Willinga Park for Jumping at Willinga, we have riders from all over the country. In fact, we even have a rider from New Zealand. But most importantly, we've got young Molly here from Ulladulla, just a stone's throw away. Hey Molly, welcome to Willinga Park.
Thank you.
Now, what class are you competing in here?
I'm competing in the juniors 95 centimetres.
And what's your beautiful pony's name?
Sunny.
Is Sunny a good horse?
Yeah, he's really good.
Do you think you can win today?
Maybe.
Now, I've got a daughter. She loves ponies. Can I buy him off you?
Probably not.
What about if I said $1,000 cash right now?
No.
$2,000?
No.
Well, Molly's going to stick here with her beautiful pony. Good luck today, and we hope you can win.
Thank you.
Hey, Poppy, you've just completed your round here in the children's competition. How'd you go?
Yeah, I went clear and he was really good.
Now, he's not the biggest pony. How tall is he?
He's only 12 too.
He must have a big heart to be jumping those big fences.
Yeah, I think he has springs in his shoes.
Tell me, are you having fun here at Willinga Park?
Yeah, it's so much fun. It's such a beautiful property and yeah, it's just awesome.
And we just saw your sister go. How'd she go?
Yeah, she went really well. She went clear, which is really good and she looked amazing.
Well, best of luck in the competition and thanks for chatting to us today.
Thank you.
Well, so great to see the children's competition. Talk about the stars of the future, but the stars of right now, Chris Chugg, nearly $40,000, I think I just calculated, you're taking home from Willinga Park.
Yeah, it was a good couple of days, and it is one of the richest shows, or the richest show we have on the circuit, so it's great to be here, Tim.
Well, we brought Chuggy in because he finished in second place in the Mini Prix today, and Dave and I were talking about this class. These horses were absolutely flying. It was a jump-off class, so non-seated draw, but KG, Queenie, Chuggy, you must be happy with this round.
Yeah, well, these are the young horses for the Grand Prix for the next couple of years, but Queenie's been a bit of a 98%. She's been so consistent that she's won about 98% of the Mini Prix that she's been in, so Billy won it fair and square. He's got a big rolling horse with a big stride, but Queenie, I did what I had to do with her, and you can see she's working it hard. She's an 11-year-old French mare that I actually bought here in Australia, and I think in the last 2 years she's been my best money winner.
How important is it to have a horse like that on the truck, Chris?
Well, you got to have one. You got to have one for those type of classes, and I also use her in the teams event. It takes the pressure off the Grand Prix horse. It allows me Levelinski's an 8-year-old, so it allows me to set him for the future and think about next year for him and the following years, and get him ready for what he really needs to be as a Grand Prix horse. And yep. Queenie, she's apart from being my speed horse, but she's also my young Grand Prix horse. So she earns the money. She puts the diesel in the truck and pays the stabling fees.
Yep.
This horse here, though, Dave, I mean, we've watched it with Susie. She's done a great job. Sam's been sitting on it. Billy, once again, shows he's a class act, though. He took this horse from a good horse to a great horse today.
Yeah, look, and his time was unbelievably fast. You know, when he went, I think there was the one in front that already was winning was 4 seconds. He was 4 seconds quicker. You know, unbelievable. So it was a great win, Bill. He's
a phenomenal rider, and he picked up $5,000. Great to see some good money on the futurity in the Mini Prix. And I talked to Terry at length about that. You know, he was sort of the idea like the gold buckle. You put it all on the Grand Prix, but I think you need to reward those horses with a good little earn. And $5,000 for a futurity or Mini Prix, I think you all have to agree is worth it.
It is, definitely. That's why we come here and the horses are ready for it. We save them for it. We try not to overstart them. Think about this program a month ahead. So, it's a very important show.
On that, Timmy, the best thing is that I know Chugg won a lot of money, but most people at the show are taking home a decent chunk of money, so it's great for the industry that everyone gets a bit, everyone benefits.
We know we're dear show to do, but when you drive through the gates, you might not think about the price so much because we do have world-class facilities. Terry, as we've said before, has spent over $200 million down here. So, this isn't a backyard operation. They're playing it at the top of the game. A lot of people ask us, though, where in the world is Willinga Park? So we sent our crew out to give you a little bit of an idea of where in the world we actually are situated. For those of you who don't know where Willinga Park is, we're situated at Borley Point, 2.5 hours east of Canberra, 3.5 hours south of Sydney. You'll turn onto Borley Point Road and head down into the magnificent part of the south coast of New South Wales. With beautiful nature, uninterrupted beaches and amazing wildlife, it is a really pristine part of this country. There is amazing landscape to go bushwalking through, get back to nature and really discover why the South Coast is one of Australia's best kept secrets. Turning onto Forrester Drive, you'll head up over the hill, and as you come over the hill, you'll be welcomed by what is now a very familiar sight, the magnificent gates of Willinga Park. Once here, you are stepping on to a world-class equestrian facility, and we hope you can enjoy your stay. Well, if you haven't been here, you must come down. These guys have been here for a couple of times now, and Dave, as we say, you drive through those gates and you're in another world.
No, it's jaw-dropping, mate. These facilities are unrivaled anywhere in the world for equestrian facility, and we're extremely lucky to have it in Australia.
If you haven't been onto our Facebook page, check out the chat that I did with Terry Snow. We're detailing our new arena. This time next year, we'll be riding on Australia's largest Otto ebb and flow arena in the Southern Hemisphere. It's going to be a world-class venue, 130 long by 70 wide, ebb and flow, all watered from underneath, so we won't have to stop, won't have any problems with lines next year, boys.
No, the horses will really appreciate it. It's a great surface.
All right, let's get to the real business though, the Grand Prix. And Olivia Hamoud, running second today, won the most amount of money she's ever won. She was straight on the phone to a mum in America who was watching, and I think that, sorry Paula, your daughter's doing a better job than you did on this horse, and I'll go on record saying that.
Look, Liv's a fantastic rider. She has been for a long time. You know, she's got as good a position as anyone anywhere, you know, and she's got a really good team of horses. She's got good ones to back this one up also, and no, it was great to see her end up in second place today.
Two very strong mini Prix horses as well. Of course, people do get a bit confused. Jane Fonda was Lady Jane, but it's under its international name, an imported mare. And Chugg, this horse with this girl, I think is going to be a real player in the future.
Yeah, for sure. It's showed its true quality today, and Liv's a world-class rider. I get people asking me, who's this young rider that we see on videos and jumping, and I said, yeah, well, you'll see her sooner or later. She's been in Europe a couple of times, but now her parents have got a good quality team of horses behind them, and you can see what she's producing, this great horse, and it's a big track for a young rider. I call her a young rider, but she's a Grand Prix rider. She
slid under the radar because she said second to Tom. Had she come through at any other time, I think she was a Tom McDermott, but as a junior and a young rider, exactly the same age.
Very true.
Dave, you and I loved watching this horse today. Chuggy, well done. Talk us through your round. A great ride.
Yeah, well, I wanted to jump a clean round, but I also wanted to do the 7 to this fence here, and I wanted to keep it tidy, but I knew we couldn't catch the horses that had been on 4 faults, and they came into the jump off, and they showed their true colours. They're very fast riders, so I rode my own round, basically, because this horse is a horse for the future, so it's very important to put him back on the truck a positive weekend. And every weekend you come to a quality show like this, the horses are worth more money. And I think if we watch this horse from last year to this year, he placed 4th in the Grand Prix last year and he won this year. So the proof's in the pudding. You've got to look after him.
Chugg, you said off air before, and I want to discuss it, you don't believe that the 4 folders should have come back today. You thought it should have just been the 6 clear?
Yeah, I like the old article where only clear horses go in the jump off, because it's tough for the course designer to build a bigger track for the 4 folders.
Dave, what's your thought on that?
Oh, look, it's the same article as they run shows in Europe and America, but they get more clears, so you know, therefore they normally get 12 to make up the jump off. You know, so you know, there's an argument for it both ways. It does give a thrilling thing for the crowd. You know, it was awesome to see Katie and Tom light it up today. Like, they were extremely fast, but if I jumped a clean round, I'd definitely be thinking, I don't want the clear rounds in there. But yeah, it was, what a day of jumping, what a class. That was, you know, as good a jumping as I've seen in Australia.
As the non-rider on the panel sitting here, you know, I have a little play around, but nothing like these boys. I actually like the 4 folders coming back. I totally get your point, but I actually really like the 4 folders coming back, because from the marketer and the commentator in me, it really throws the pressure down to you guys to say, are you going to play it safe? And then you see the pressure building and building and building, and it didn't work for a couple of them today. They did have a rail down, and I feel sorry for them, but in the market, sport needs drama. So I personally feel very strongly that while we're not getting the 12 clean, I still think take your 12 through, because we had 180 people paying $175 to sit in a VIP marquee, plus another 750, 800 people on the grandstands here, and about 500 or 600 watching at home. And I think we want to keep the drama in it. But I like your point. But we can agree to disagree.
Yeah,
Just on the class though, Timmy, and your horse in particular, Chugg, how good is it? Like, you know, you've had some very, very good horses. How good do you think it is, and what's his plan for the future? Is it a horse for the Olympics next year?
Yeah, I think properly prepared and looked after, he's a horse that I could nurse around and take to the Olympics as a 9-year-old. He's 8-year-old now, and I put in my experience, and he always gives me 110%. So it's a big 12 months coming up, but with great quality shows that are coming up in here, the horse has a big future, either with myself or if I actually end up selling the horse. So he's a quality world-class horse. I've had a lot of offers from Europe already and Ireland for him.
How hard is it to hold on to them? You know, like you've done this time and time again. Is there still the fire in the belly that you want to go to the Olympics? Do you want to be at Tokyo? Do you want to put the Australian flag on the chest again?
For sure. I'm rising 60, so I figured this is my last hurrah.
Well,
so.
I don't think so, Chuggy, because Laurie Lever went on debut at 62
yes.
on Ashley Drossel down at Beijing, so I don't think you need to be riding yourself off just yet.
No, look, I'll look forward to the opportunity for sure, and the horse is the quality of any horse that's going to the Olympic Games, but he hasn't been overseas, but the quality of shows we're having here, and he's stepping up every time he steps up in the Grand Prix, and, you know, 8-year-old, he's at the other end of 8-year-old now, he's rising 9-year-old, so he's a stronger horse than he was last year, and we saw a lot of different style of technique with him last year, and I'm actually learning to ride him better, and I've had a lot of feedback, and I've had a lot of input from outside people telling me how to ride him a little bit better and his weak points, and I've taken it on on note, and I've changed a lot of things. I carry a lot more leg on him now, and I don't wear spurs on him, and I put a shadow roller on him for this show, and I put a rubber bit in his mouth so I can get him up to the front rails. He's a very good vertical jumper, which he wasn't when I first bought him. So the first issue was to teach him to jump verticals and to be careful. And then the second year he started to slow down and give me longer distance going into combinations, so that didn't suit him. So then I've learned now to step him up to 400, and like today, the jump off was a jump off, but I rode my own jump off to make the horse a better horse for next year.
Well, let's see what the future holds, and it's been an amazing 4 days here. Dave, thanks for joining us each and every night. It's been a pleasure having you on the panel. Your wisdom and knowledge is always second to none.
My pleasure, Tim. Look, I've really enjoyed being part of the show and the Daily Wraps. It's been great fun, and can't wait for the next Willinga Park Showjumping show. I think everyone's leaving this show motivated and excited about the future of this sport in this country. So that's
sure.
great.
Chuggy, congratulations, super job. You always rise to the top when it matters. There was 25 grand on the line today. I knew you were serious. You didn't have a drink last night, and it was good to see.
Yeah, I haven't had a drink all weekend.
Well,
Can't have a drink. I'm going home tomorrow in the truck, so yeah, I'm a bit dry.
We'll let you have one or two tonight, but I know I shouldn't, but I will just do a couple of very quick thank yous. A huge thank you to Terry and Jeanette Snow. They opened the doors to let us come here. We have put 370 horses on the ground, 214 riders for 4 days. It's been phenomenal. To all the team behind the scenes, you know who you are. To my entire red shirt crew, but a special mention to my little mate in the office, Laura Lawrence. Couldn't do it without you, my friend. Hey, it's been an amazing show.
It has.
I think we should just wrap up our final daily wrap and catch up from all the action here, but from here at Willinga Park. Guys, thanks so much for watching. You'll see us again soon, and we hope you can join us here at the beautiful Willinga Park.